Hey guys, today I'm here to do a book review for the book Delicious by Ruth Reichl. And I got this through the iBook store, so I apologize I was kind of glaring on camera, but it is on my iPad. But this book it's set in present time, and it focuses on this girl named Billy. Her real name is Wilhelmina, but she goes by Billy. And she and her sister, when she was younger, had started this bakery called Cake Sisters. Or it wasn't really a bakery, it was a custom cake for like cake orders. And she goes off to New York from California, goes off to New York, gets this job at a food magazine, and it kind of starts from there. And you can really tell that this girl loves food. She's definitely, she's got a unique palate. She loves discovering everything about food and how, you know, things are butchered and cheese is made and everything else like that. So right from the get-go, if you're a foodie, you're going to love this book. It just has a very authentic vibe. And obviously New York is a huge city with tons of eateries and tons of shops where you can buy custom chocolates, and it's got butcher shops, which is something that has kind of disappeared around the country. So anyway, it takes you there. She's working for this food magazine. She writes a couple of articles, and she meets this guy named Sal, who takes her on the Sal test, and shows her this whole New York City neighborhood. And she spends like 8 hours with this guy, and he offers her a job in his cheese shop, and she works there on the weekends, and she's the only person to have ever worked there that's not family, so it's like a huge deal. She loves the customers and everything else. So at the same time, she's writing these letters to her sister, and you never hear back from her sister, so you don't exactly know what's going on, but she just kind of writes updates about her life. So that's kind of the premise of the novel. As she's working at this food magazine, she one day goes into the library to look something up, and she finds a letter from the 1940s during World War II. And it's a letter from this little girl named Lulu, and it's written to James Beard, who had worked at the magazine in the 50s, I want to say. But during the war, he was, I believe they said, like a cryptologist or cryptographer. Anyway, so she finds this letter, and she thinks it's so awesome that this little girl wrote to James Beard and that he had apparently written her back. So it kind of turns into this scavenger hunt. Apparently this librarian had left a scavenger hunt and hid these letters under odd words that they have to figure out in order to find the next series of letters. So that's what the whole novel is about. But what I found to be completely interesting is that even though it's set in the current day, you get a view of history from World War II and what was going on, and especially like what food was going on there. They talk a lot about, obviously there were victory gardens, but some of the other weird, strange things that they were doing with food to make food last and stretch. And so you learn a lot about the food history in World War II. You also learn more about the prejudices going on in World War II. And then it moves past the war. Lulu is still writing to James Beard, but some of the letters have gotten lost, and the book continues on and on and on. And meanwhile, Billy is making friends in New York. She's discovering more about herself and more about her food loves, and it just feels like warm and comforting. And at the same time, she's reading through these letters. So the other thing that I found really, really interesting about this book, besides that history aspect, is it kind of comes into play that during the 50s there was McCarthyism, and James Beard was gay, which I actually did not know, and I did not expect that to be part of the book, so that was kind of a twist for me. But it also talks about the prejudices that gay people were going through in the 50s with McCarthyism, and it was just really interesting and eye-opening. It's a period of history I haven't read much about or knew much about, so it was just really, really interesting. I love this book. The characters were fantastic. The letters were well written, and I just felt like the whole book you just could kind of sink into, and it was really great to see Billy's character go through these different stages. She starts out as kind of this quiet girl, and she becomes definitely more confident at the end of the book, and she resolves some of her issues, and just watching her interact with different people in the book. All the characters are supremely well written, and I just really enjoyed this book. So if you like food, or if you like history, or you just like a good book, I would definitely recommend this book. It's called Delicious, and it's by Ruth Reichl. So check it out for sure, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.